Hey, Tiffany, are you there? I was just wondering if you had a quick second to talk to me really quick.
Oh, Shelley. Wasn't the wedding yesterday just lovely? I know that you help out a lot with all the preparations, so I just want to thank you for doing that.
Well, I just really wanted to make the wedding as amazing as I possibly could.
In that case, I think that you did a very good job doing so. And you look so beautiful too. I can't believe that my son is now married to such a stunning woman.
Oh, come on. It was nothing. I just went to a beauty parlor and they fixed me up. But anyways, I'm actually messaging you because there was something that I want to talk about. Is that okay?
Oh yes, sorry. I didn't mean to get distracted. I had just been holding in these thoughts about you all day and wanted to share. What is it that you wanted to talk about, dear?
No, it's really okay. I know that old people really like to ramble about whatever is on their minds.
I won't deny that I've been known to do that from time to time.
Anyways, I guess I'll tell you about what I want to talk about another time.
What do you mean? Did something happen? I thought that you were just about to tell me.
Well, okay. To get straight to the point, I don't intend to take care of anyone at all now that I'm married.
Take care of anyone? What do you mean by that? Did someone ask you to take care of someone?
I just mean that when you get old and need someone to come in to take care of you, it isn't going to be me. And you certainly won't be allowed to move in with Chuck and I either.
Did Chuck say something about having me move in with the two of you?
No, he hasn't said anything of the sort, actually. If he had, I would have never ever married him.
I'm sorry, Shelley. Maybe I'm just a little confused, but if the both of you don't want me to live with the two of you, then I would never ask for you to take me in. So if I start to slow down, I suppose I'll just look into moving into a senior citizen house.
Well, good. I'm glad that you and I could come to an understanding about that.
But anyways, there isn't even a need for me to move in with you at all right now. Although I will say that up to now, I thought of living with my son when I got old. But now my son is all grown up and I need to respect the decisions he makes about his life. So if he doesn't want to take care of me in my old age, then I think that's just fine. I have alternatives to that.
Well, I'm glad that you think there's nothing to worry about. But I want you to know that I'll get really upset if you change your tune a few years down the line.
Shelley, are you feeling a bit tense right now? I just feel like something has changed in you now that you and my son are married.
Well, before the wedding, I was trying to make a good impression, but now that Chuck and I are married, I just had to make sure that you knew where we stood on this. And I wanted to make sure that you heard it from me first.
I see. Well, yes, I think this is something important I discuss. But I feel like you might need to work on the way you tell people these kinds of things. After all, we're family now, you know?
I actually don't think of you as part of my family at all.
Sorry, what do you mean by that?
I mean, I married your son, not you. He's the only person I think of as family. Just because you're Chuck's mom doesn't mean that I owe you anything, got it? In fact, I want you to think of me as a complete stranger. Nothing like family at all.
Well, I can see your point, I suppose. But the thing is that I think our families are going to be seeing a lot more of each other from now on.
Yeah, I don't think that's actually going to happen. I mean, it's not like I'm legally obligated to show up for anything just because it's a family function. I just want nothing to do with you at all, got it?
And does Chuck feel the same way about all of this as you do?
I haven't said anything to Chuck at all about this. But I'm not the kind of woman to let my husband dictate what I can and can't do. If anything bothers me, I just cut it out of my life.
I see. Well, I'm sorry. I guess it's just I'm a little surprised is all. So then I suppose this means that you and I shouldn't even contact each other anymore, right?
That would be for the best. I don't have time to babysit old people, so please just leave me alone. I don't even think of you as my mother-in-law.
Okay, well, that's really how you feel about the situation. If anything happens, I'll just reach out to Chuck and talk to him instead so you don't have to deal with me.
Good. And don't ever think that I'm going to come to you for anything. We just need to pretend like the other doesn't even exist. Now goodbye. Hello, Tiffany. I heard from Chuck that you were going to be leaving for a vacation soon.
Oh, Shelley, this is a surprise. I thought that you were never going to talk to me ever again. I thought about mentioning something about this family vacation to you, but... Anyways, my other son and his family are going to join us. What about you?
I thought I told you that I wanted nothing to do with family functions or anything like that.
Yes, I remember. And that's why I'm not going to force you to do anything you don't want to do. But everything just felt a little awkward about you being the only person I didn't mention these plans to. But if you really don't want to come along, then that's no problem at all.
Of course we're not going to go on this silly vacation. This whole thing is for your husband's 60th birthday, right? I don't really see how that has anything to do with us.
I suppose it doesn't really. I just thought you might like to help us celebrate. I'm sorry for mistakenly thinking that.
Why would you even waste my time with this? You seriously piss me off so much. Do you know that? I never want to hear about stuff like this ever again. In fact, don't even tell Chuck about things like this when they're happening. Got it?
I understand. I'll stop telling Chuck about what's going on with the family if that's what you want.
You better, Tiffany.
Though I wonder if I can ask one more thing. You and Chuck did actually want to get married to each other, right? Because when you go get married, it's quite difficult to completely shut up one person's side of the family. Besides, family is there to be called on when you're in trouble or need support. I don't want to keep up a relationship with you just for the purpose of having someone to look after me when I'm older, you know? But I just think that maybe you're not realizing all the ways that family can be there for you when you're in need.
And I told you that I'm never going to ask anything from you ever. You already know how I feel about you, so let's just leave it at that.
You know, even my other son's wife said the same thing. They said that if you don't want to see me, then I shouldn't keep trying to reach out to you.
Well, that's the first reasonable thing I've heard from that woman, but I can't stand her either.
I understand that. No one is going to get along with everyone. But I still think that in terms of family, that isn't enough reason to entirely cut people off. I just wish that you would think a little more carefully about this decision. I mean, it would be one thing if I actually did something to upset you, but...
Well, I'm already upset, and now I want to cut you off, okay? I can't believe the fact that you even think you can talk down to me like this. You really need to remember your place. And what is that again? Nothing. Because you're nobody to me.
I'm sorry, Shelley. I didn't mean to overstep any boundaries with what I was saying.
I said it once, and I'll say it again, so it really sticks with you. We should treat each other like the other person doesn't exist. Now please, never, ever, ever invite me to another silly family gathering of yours ever again. Not weddings, not birthdays, not funerals, nothing. I want absolutely nothing to do with you. Now promise me that you can handle that. Hi, Tiffany. It's been a while since we last talked. Do you still have my number saved? It's Shelley.
Oh my, it really has been a long time since we talked. I thought I was never going to hear from you again. What can I do for you?
I was just wondering if you haven't already heard from Chuck that I was going to be having a baby soon.
Oh, yes, I've heard about that. Congratulations, I suppose.
Is that all you have to say to me?
I don't know what else there really is to say, Shelley. I hope that everything goes well and that the baby is healthy, and good luck raising it.
Is this supposed to be some kind of joke or something?
I'm not quite sure what you mean by that. I mean, the last time that I heard anything from you was 2 years ago. You told me that you never wanted to hear from me ever again, and now you're coming to me asking me to say more.
Okay, fine. I'll just come out and say it. Aren't you going to give me any money for having this kid? This is a big deal.
You want money for having a kid?
I mean, this is going to be your eldest child's first baby. Surely that's cause for celebration and some money, right? Like, maybe you could send a really, really fancy stroller? At least something.
Now, wait just a second. You were the one who said you didn't want anything to do with me in the first place, right?
That's right, but this is a gift. It's different. I mean, you do realize that this baby is going to be the one that carries on your family name into the next generation, right? Do you really not see how important something like that is?
I already said congratulations on the baby, but I don't really know what you're talking about carrying on the family name. We agreed to ignore each other's existence, and now you want me to give you a present?
But that isn't fair. I know that you gave your other son's wife some great presents when she had her kid. This isn't fair at all. Why do you hate me so much?
I don't, Shelley. I just don't really think about you. We're nothing to each other, remember? I don't even think of you as a daughter-in-law.
You can't be serious.
I'm only going along with what you told me. You said that I should act like I don't even know anyone named Shelley, so I don't see how I owe you anything.
You're terrible. All my other friends get along great with their mother-in-law. So why are you being so mean to me? You're just a big bully.
Okay, you really need to give this a rest. I do get along great with the only daughter-in-law that I have, and she's always eager to help me with events or things like that. She respects me, and I respect her, and for that, I felt like it was appropriate for me to gift her something to celebrate her baby.
But what about me and my baby? I'm married to your other son, you know. How come I don't get anything at all?
I really am grateful that you and my son have found each other and that you're starting a family together. But again, I don't see what else this has to do with me. I mean, you said that you didn't want to be a part of birthdays or any kind of family celebration.
What do you mean?
I'm only telling you what you told me. I don't have any intention of spending any time with you. In fact, even Chuck told me not to bother since he knew you weren't going to change. That was Chuck's way of showing his respect to me, by staying loyal to you and sparing me the pain of dealing with you.
So then Chuck said that you didn't have to give anything to our baby?
That's right. He said that he wouldn't even feel right accepting it since we were basically strangers. You only celebrate things with people that you like, right?
But this is going to be your son's baby too.
I'm well aware of that.
So then you really are just a cruel, cruel woman, aren't you? I know it. I know that you always liked your other son and his wife more than us. And to think that we didn't even do anything to you. Well, from now on, you are banned from ever talking with Chuck again.
Excuse me?
That's right. We don't need terrible people like you in our family anymore. So go ahead and tell Chuck that he is out of your life.
I won't talk to him anymore then, I suppose. Do whatever you like.
Just know that you are going to regret this. You are never going to see your son or grandson ever again. Hey, Tiffany, are you there? I just really wanted to apologize for the other day. I just realized that I said some really awful things that I didn't really mean.
Shelly, what do you want this time?
Well, Chuck told me that he wanted to get a divorce.
I see. Chuck did tell me that he had something he wanted to talk to me about today. And I assume it has to be this.
Oh, please tell Chuck that I'm so sorry for everything.
Well, he said that he was going to be coming over, so I will pass along the message when he gets here. Anyways, goodbye, Shelly.
Wait, don't go yet. Please tell me that you forgive me for everything.
Excuse me?
Please, I'm really sorry about everything.
And you want me to just forgive you for all that you've done and said to me?
I promise that I really do realize that what I was doing was wrong. So please, you have to forgive me.
You really expect me to believe that you've thought all about what you've done?
Of course I have. I tried to split apart our families, and that was wrong of me.
That's right. You hurt not just me, but a whole lot of other people with your recklessness. It's not that I don't think there aren't good reasons to stop talking to relatives if they're toxic people. But you were the one who said you wanted nothing to do with me. I didn't like it, but I respected your wishes. And then you had the gall to try and ask for a gift because you were having a baby. You haven't been a part of this family for years, but now you want back in when it benefits you.
I don't know what you mean. I'm having your grandchild. I would have thought that you wanted to give me a present is all. Please, I really just want you to forgive me so we can make all of this right. Besides, I'm going to be having a child soon. I can't do this on my own.
That's right. Having a child is no easy feat, but it's much easier to do when you have a supportive family. I'm not trying to say that I always know what's best, but I can't imagine doing it on your own is the easier route.
I know, so please, just stop this petty plot to get back at me and help me. I mean, you bought Chuck's brother a car. Surely you can afford to give me something, right? I only felt like I had to cut you off because you were playing favorites with them.
If you really think that's what was happening, then maybe it really is too late for you. I opened my arms to you and tried to extend the olive branch countless times just to have it thrown back in my face. Why do you think that you deserve anything more from me?
Well, because we're family, right?
You already made it very clear to me that we are not family and that we don't owe each other anything.
But Chuck is going to leave me. What am I supposed to do?
I still don't see how any of that is my problem. You didn't seem to have any respect for me as Chuck's mother. So why should I show you any as the mother of my grandchild?
But that's not fair.
It's more than fair for the likes of you. I really did want to be friends with you, but I realize that that's impossible now.
Tiffany, you have to forgive me, please. You can't just abandon me like this. You have to help me. I swear I'll never act the way I did ever again.
I've already made up my mind. I want nothing to do with you at all. What I will do is stand by whatever decision my son makes and support him through it.
But I don't want to get divorced.
After that, Chuck and Shelly try to get back together to make it work several times. But Shelly would fall back into her old ways, and Chuck quickly lost his patience with her. As the pregnancy progressed, however, Chuck felt that he couldn't leave his wife and child in such a state. I personally didn't agree with Chuck's decision. In fact, it made me quite angry, but I stood by my son's decision and supported him all the way. As for Shelly, I tell myself that we all act rashly when we're young, and that sometimes it takes a huge event like having a child to make one aware of what's really important in life. Although I still avoid her, I hear from Chuck that she has really stepped up as a mother, and that at least gives me hope for her future. I really do hope that one day Chuck tells me enough about Shelly that I can start to change my mind about her and give her another chance. Maybe I've grown soft in my old age. Maybe I just want to see my grandchild. Or maybe I really do think that people can change given enough time. I've even started to invite Chuck and Shelly to family events again. Although I completely ignore Shelly when she's there. I have hopes that she can change, but my view of her has been so thoroughly demolished that it will take a long time and lots of hard work on her part before I ever say another word to her again.